Hello again, students. Welcome out to the live stream. Today I'm going to be talking about the return of home music school. So hopefully this is getting started correctly. There's going to be a couple of changes to home music school, which I'll talk about here in a couple of minutes. But if you don't know what home music school is, it's basically last year when the pandemic first hit and we were all stuck home, I started this live streaming service called Home Music School, where I live streamed like at least 3 to 5 days a week during the week. Basically having a lesson, I think 3 lessons in each one, and then those came out as edited lessons later. Well, this is going to work just a little bit different. This time they're going to be pre-recorded videos coming out. But let me just make sure everything's getting started correctly. Last year, should only take a second. It looks like we're good, but let me check. Service called Home Music School, where I live streamed like at least 3 to 5 days a week. All right. Always got to check real quick. Hello to everybody. Feel free to say hello in the chat, but in the meantime, I am just going to get right along with what we got to talk about today, because we do have a bit to cover, and I will cover questions at the end for you. So let me just kind of read off what Home Music School is going to be about for the springtime. So Home Music School is going to return April 5th and ending sometime around May 31st. It could go into June just a little bit. And this time, like I mentioned, they are pre-recorded videos. This will allow me to put out content more consistently and of better quality, because to live stream, sometimes I'm not sure how I'm going to feel that certain day, and doing it all the time right in a row kind of wears on me a little bit. No offense to any of you. I love live streaming, just not all the time. And last year it was a little bit more hectic since the pandemic had just hit. So this time I'm really feeling good about it. I'm ready to put out some good stuff. But I made these changes just so I could do that. Now, there are going to be, let me make sure everything's good. Say hello in the chat. Why are we not getting any chats? But while that's going on, I will continue. Oh, there they are. I had to hit, there's an echo. Oh, crap. Let me get rid of the echo. Sorry. I haven't live streamed in a while. Are you still Timceptioned out? It could be because I had it turned on my end. Let me know if that's fixed. And I'll keep checking every once in a while. But hello to everybody in the chat. Yes. Maybe that'll help. All right. I'm just going to continue a little further until I get some confirmation that it's fixed already, Tim. There's a long delay. Okay. So hopefully everything's still good. All right. So each course, there's going to be 3 courses. One course is going to take place every Monday. That's the piano course. We're going to be using this book right here. It's Alfred's Adult All-in-One course. I have a link in the description for you. Also, please join our community Discord. I have linked it in the chat, and I will link it. I might have even linked it in the description, but I will also link it in the comments as well once this is posted as a recording. We're going to be going through this book together. It's not 100% required for the course, but you are going to get 10 times more out of the course if you get the book, because I am going to be not covering every single page in huge detail, but I'm also, because part of it is that you're part of learning, the real learning experience is taking part of what I'm telling you and then being able to apply it. So there's going to be exercises, pieces to practice that I'm not necessarily going to go over in the video that you're going to go over on your own. You're going to need the book for that. You're still going to be able to learn stuff from the videos. I think you get what I'm saying, but you'll get a lot more out of the book. And it also helps the book publisher as well. They spent a lot of, and the people that put the book together, they spent a lot of time doing that. So let's see. There is a course that's going to take place on Wednesdays, and that course is the home music theory course. By the way, this one's called the home piano course. This is the book we're using. This is the home music theory course, and we're going to be using Alfred's Essentials. I like Alfred, if you can't tell. Essentials of Music Theory, and we're going to be walking through this book together. Again, you will be able to learn from the videos alone. However, you're going to get way more out of it if you get the book. So get that one. That's every Wednesday starting April, I guess that would be the 7th, whatever the first Wednesday in April is. The Friday, this was by popular vote on the community tab. 100 left-hand patterns. So this this course is going to be for those who have been playing piano for a little while, because if you're just starting, you should really take this course first, and then maybe you could take the music theory course at the same time if you feel like it's over your head. The great thing about the pre-recorded videos as well, I mean, the live stream recording is the same thing, is you can really take these over as much time as you need. I would still commit to either like 1 week per lesson. Like I'm going to be putting these out. So say the piano one, right, comes out on Monday. The first lesson comes out on Monday. You're going to have a whole week to practice until the second lesson comes out. And then you're going to have a whole week to practice. However, if you find that you can't keep up, you can then switch to maybe 2 weeks per lesson in between, since the recordings will be there. I would stick to either 1 week or 2 week. Because if you start doing like, all right, I'm going to do this unit in 1 week, and then the next unit's 5 weeks, the next one's 3 weeks, and then 7 weeks, and 9 weeks, you aren't committing to a regular practice schedule, and that's one thing you want to do when you're first learning piano. But you want to definitely check this one out if you're just starting out, this one if you know a little bit already, and you could take them at the same time. But this last one, which is the whole point of this conversation, is if you know a little bit about playing piano already, like the basics of playing two-handed and things like that, this will really teach you all of the left-hand patterns you need to know in music. And again, I will be covering some of the stuff, and you'll be learning from the videos, but there's going to be a lot of work on your own, which is how you learn the best, which is how I designed this whole thing. Not that I'm that big of a genius, but all right, so how's everybody doing? Let me know in the chat. The chat is not updating for me, and I don't know why. And welcome Jeremy and everybody. So hopefully everything is still working okay. Hype, hype, hype. Good to see you live, Tim. Yeah, I have to refresh too. The chat is just not updating for me. So that's what's going on. I have more to say. Oh, each course will have about 8 lessons. So you can expect about 8 weeks, which would take us to the end of May, bleeding into June just a little bit. And then after that, what we're going to do is we're going to take the summer off, kind of like we did last year. And then what we're going to do is, like, I have the whole piano course recorded already, and we did 8 lessons, and it didn't get me quite to the end of the book. So what we're going to do is in the fall, we're going to come back at least for a few weeks, finish out what we didn't finish this time. That way you get kind of a summer vacation. I get one too. And you can also continue working through the summer. Like I said, if it takes you 2 weeks per lesson rather than 1, it's going to take you longer. So that's what's going on. And so yeah, make sure you mark your calendars. Make sure that you're already subscribed. Really important is that you join our community Discord. I have the link in the chat. I also have a link in pretty much everywhere I'm going to put it. And that's where we can all get together. You can, all this info I told you, you can find there. And I will be answering questions there about the courses as they go on. Also, the lessons, for the most part, will be scheduled as premieres, meaning that I can still join you live and talk to you while the lesson's being played. I can answer a few questions there if you want, say hello to some people. So it's a little best of both worlds. The pre-recording definitely helps me make it way better. And I have a new setup, kind of. I mean, you can't tell just from this camera, but I now have a. You'll just have to wait and see. I'm not going to show you right now. I have a like a viewer camera, where I can just switch the viewer, and then I can show you the book, and then I can like combine it with the piano view, and then we can like read the sheet music on top of the piano and stuff. And I brought back the light keys, even though they went away for a long time for no. Well, I just couldn't fit enough. I was having trouble spacing everything on the screen. That's why they went away, but they're back. So if you like the light up keys, like sort of like Synthesia, except it doesn't tell you everything, then they'll be back. I think that's the light up keys is actually especially helpful for beginners, and I think visualizing exactly what notes I'm hitting. I don't think it's quite as useful for intermediate students. But yeah, welcome. I'm glad to see you guys. I have to refresh the chat again because it's not working. That's awful. That's not cool. Yeah, YouTube is being really weird. Well, you know what? Yesterday it was my fault, to tell you the truth. Okay, so it's not updating for anybody else. Yeah, so keep refreshing. I don't know. I'm glad you guys are pumped for the courses. So yeah, it will start the beginning of April, whatever the first Monday is. I think it was the 5th, I said. Although I did get the dates wrong before and I had to adjust it. Yeah, Monday the 5th. So Monday the 5th, Wednesday the 7th, and Friday the 9th of April is when they start. When this starts, my plan is to have literally all of the lessons already done. Like all 8 of the piano, all 8 of the music theory, all 8 of the left-hand patterns. And that's really going to help me, one, focus on promoting them, getting good thumbnails, titles, blah, blah, blah. But also being able to answer your questions while this is going on, at least best I can. And then over in the community Discord, whatever I can't answer, and if you know the answer and you're part of the community and you know the answer, I always encourage, and people do this anyway, to answer their question. That helps me out, and I'll heart your thing if I, think it's perfect or right on track. So yeah, that's another reason to join the community Discord, is that you get help from and perspectives from a lot of other people, because I can't get to everybody. I really do like the Discord though, because I can remain in contact with my community even if I'm not live streaming. That's probably the biggest benefit I'm getting from it so far, and I can give you guys announcements and things like that. And it's just another platform we can build on. I've also been thinking about what's that new thing, Clubhouse, where you go on and then you talk about a topic and then other people join in. And then of course there's TikTok, but the thing is, like, it's probably worth getting into from a business perspective, but I don't know. Anyway, guys, let me just finish up what I have to say about the courses, and then we're going to talk about random stuff, let you know what I'm planning for the rest of the year for the channel. Although I kind of told you, we're doing home music school starting soon. There'll be a couple lessons coming out peppered throughout there. I still have some pre-recorded ones. And then we'll be taking the summer off. Again, couple lessons peppered throughout there. I'll let you know I'm alive. Maybe we'll do a live stream somewhere in the middle there. And then we'll come back. Think about it. What I'm trying to do with this channel right now, at least for the next year, is kind of do it in like seasons, kind of like a television show. And not for like entertainment purposes, but just really that helps me put out like really good content, and then lets me like recover and then put out really good content. Because when I do things like all the time, I just wear myself down little by little by little. So I do have more things to talk about with other things, but let me see how everybody's doing. See, do you guys have any questions about home music school? That's what I want to know. That's actually the main reason we're here. Hey, Rich is here, guys. How are you doing, Rich? It's been a while. I know I said that I would get back to you on Instagram, but I don't use Instagram that much, because when I put out things on Instagram, I do it through Facebook because both of them have the same like business thing for putting out ads and videos and stuff. So sorry I did not um, respond, but it's awesome that you're here. Join our community Discord if you want, Rich. We will all be chatting there. Seasons, yeah. But yeah, definitely hope you're doing well, Rich. I would suggest Clubhouse instead of TikTok too. It makes a lot more sense for this channel. Um, Let me get you guys up here. That was not the right button. There you go. Sorry guys, it's been a while from streaming. It's different. I'm actually gonna, Jeremy pointed me in the direction of something yesterday that I might look into. Although I found a way to just integrate it into XSplit itself, so I don't think I have to sign up for their service to get that stuff, but I'm looking into getting that. There's like different stuff you can do with live streaming now where like the super chats will pop up like all special like and the comments and things like that. Ugh. Excuse me. Hey, Kane. Recently started playing piano. Well, welcome. Glad to have you with us. Good to see you as well, Linda. Of course, as always. Wait, did Emma leave? I have to go for... Oh, food's almost done. Okay, bye, Emma. Where can I find all those links? Well, the Discord link is in the chat. It's pinned at the top. You can see it right there. Right there. And so yeah, click on that and then click on the Discord link. And then all the other links I told you about, like all the books, just go to the description. Yeah, you can see that good. I even forgot that I had merch. You know what? I'm gonna redesign merch soon as well. It's definitely time. Like this isn't even. This is the logo for the website because it's like a little bit classier. But the logo for the channel, which is a little bit more fun, definitely needs a shirt or something. But anyway, the links I was telling you about are right there to answer your question. Guys, I can't believe this has 73 likes. You guys are pumped about the return of Home Music School, huh? This is like the most liked live stream right away, at least. Linda says, I've been using both of these books. They are great. And that's awesome. So, like, if you want a good review, you can continue doing that. If you had any trouble throughout any of the books, say, you know, you're working on this one and you're like, well, you know, when I was working on my own, I did have questions. So maybe what you want to do is like between now and when this starts, Linda, is I did not get a new cat yet, unfortunately. I've been thinking about it a lot though. But anyway, like when you are going through your stuff and being like, yeah, I really didn't get Merrily We Roll Along, just mark that down. And then when we go through it in the course, you know, pay extra attention to that and that will help you out. So even if you've bought these books before, even if you bought these books before and worked through them, you can still get something throughout the course. I liked your video, classics that aren't difficult to learn. Well, thank you. That one isn't my absolute favorite lesson. No, that one's a good one. I like that one. There was another one I put out that I didn't like as much from a while ago. I'm almost done with the first book. Well, that's great, Gloria. So again, you can, if you had any trouble with it, you can get a good review. Riku, at what time of day will the videos premiere? I'm gonna ask you guys in the community, and whatever wins, like I'm gonna list times that I can physically make it, because it doesn't make any sense to like premiere it at 4 a.m. I'm going to tell you right now, though, it's likely that the times are going to be 9 a.m., 1 p.m. right now, for me anyway, or maybe a little bit later in the day. The prime times to release my videos are from 9 a.m. I think I've conditioned you guys. I always release stuff around 9 a.m. 9 a.m. to about 1 p.m. Again, where the live streams happen. So it's kind of interesting. I wonder how much influence I had over that data. Tim, how come I don't hear a Philadelphia accent? Wait, why am I supposed to have a Philadelphia accent, bro? Hey, my favorite Stan is back with pizza. Well, thank you, Emma. Glad to have you back. Um, Sorry, a little bit of allergies. Uh, is there emphasis more on learning to play popular music versus classical? Definitely more on classical. That's just the way this book is really formatted. That's also my background as well. Same thing with the courses over on my website, which will be a great supplement and way to learn more from these books. Um, like I'm just more of a classical musician, and that's just what's here now. The 100 Left-Hand Patterns book, that's the great thing about this book is let me read them off for you. So you have your basic left-hand patterns, your open fist, your chords. You have your jazz and blues and boogie woogie left-hand patterns. So walking bass, sort of things like that. Blues kind of patterns. That one takes up a while. Rock and pop left-hand patterns, which are simpler than you would imagine. And then, that's only one page, really. New Age and Contemporary Left-Hand Patterns. Oh, and then it begins the practical application part where there's actually, the cool thing about this book is the first few pages, or the first, I don't know, like 20 to 30 pages rather, teach you the left-hand patterns. And then what's cool about it is the last 60 pages or so are all about giving you pieces to apply those patterns to. So it's going to be a very hands-on type of course because you're actually going to be learning about, say these first ones, these basic ones. And then I'm going to be telling you, okay, we'll see if you can apply it to this one. I'll show you like a one or two on how to do it and then see how you do. And I think by the way, the Discord also allows you to submit videos, I'm pretty sure. I'm sure they have to be within a certain file size. I don't know what that is. I don't know if Emma knows as well. But yeah, that's another reason to join the Discord. So join the Discord if you haven't already. Rich says, aren't you from there? Yeah, I am. Well, yeah, technically I am. But it doesn't mean is there a Philadelphia accent? I don't even know. I'm sure I do have some kind of northeastern, because I've lived here all my life. I know my dad says wooder. My dad has more of an accent than I do, which is kind of weird. Because I don't say wooder, I say water. Water, I guess, is the really correct one. I just started Alfred's Adult Book 3. What book should I learn next? Well, finish it Book 3. That'll take you a while for sure, Redul. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And then after that, excuse me, I think you're ready for big boy stuff after that, to tell you the truth. And what I mean by that is you want to, unfortunately, it's like buried under a ton of stuff and behind my cameras. But you want to get like a Beethoven, a book of like Beethoven theme and variations. Write that down. Beethoven theme and variations. And you want to look through. By the time you're done book 3, you should start to have some sort of semblance of what's at your level or what's beyond your level or a little bit behind. You might not be perfect at it. But you should be able to look through that book of theme and variations and see which one to start with. Some of them are very simple. The great thing about them is the theme introduces like the main theme throughout, and then each variation varies it just a little bit. So it's a really good practice in kind of taking a concept and then building on it and changing it and seeing what it sounds in minor and seeing what happens if you double the speed or, different rhythmic changes. See what happens if you take it from a 4/4 type of thing to a 3/4. So that's going to be what you're going to want to do next. And then you definitely, if you haven't already, pick up a book of Bach inventions and learn those. And then you want to learn Bach prelude and fugues and start learning those. Again, look through those on your own, or maybe even just look up online, what the easiest ones to start with. I know with the inventions, like number 4 and D minor is not bad. First one isn't too bad. And then beyond that, I don't really remember a lot of the rest of the ones. But yeah, that's what I recommend you do. If you have night, all right, let me read what Emma said. Just watch all of Tim's videos, and then you'll be a pro. I like you, Emma. I like your style. I'm an EDM producer, so what style of piano will help me growing? All of them, but you know what, dude? If you are, sorry if I assumed your gender. I didn't see your name or picture. Not that I should do that anyway, huh? But anyway, music theory is what's going to help you. That's what I meant to say. I sidetracked myself. You definitely want music theory more than anything. You definitely want to learn the basics of playing piano, so you probably want to take these two more than anything. Actually, you know what? I think start with this one, learn the basics of playing piano. Even if it's not your cup of tea and you're like, I don't really want to learn pieces and I don't want to learn this, it will really help you in learning to compose, especially if you want to do piano music. But piano is the best, in a lot of people's opinions, the best thing to learn if you want to compose. Because, well, especially with EDM, right? A lot of you have synthesizers and things like that. So it really helps to know your way around the keys. So that'll get you there. Then you want to learn music theory probably more than anything. You want to get this book and learn the entire book. And then whatever's after this book, once I've finished the course, I'll be able to tell you, how much more there or where to go from here. This is going to take you a good way, this book. And then the 100 Left-Hand Patterns book is also really good because guess what you're going to need for your music? Bass lines. And you can form a lot of ideas for, the very basics of bass lines from these left-hand patterns because that's kind of what they are. I mean, like either bass lines or accompaniment sort of thing, but you will definitely learn a lot out of this as well. So, all three of them. If you have Nitro, then you can send longer videos. I don't know what Nitro is. We'll talk later, Emma, about that. I know basic music theory, nothing else. Well, then take those other courses. Wait, what are you guys even saying? Emma is trying to be funny. I'm laughing, though. So 5% gang, Emma. How well can you play, bro? That's like a do you even lift, bro question. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have not been practicing like I should in quite a while. Like this last year has been pretty crazy, and between teaching and everything else, I have an idea though. I'm gonna get back into practice. I'll answer your question actually in a minute, but I'm gonna get back into practicing soon because there's actually a video I want to make on getting back into practicing and like how much improvement can you expect in like a month, in the first month's time or something. I'm gonna make it interesting. So that's my plan. How good am I? Well, that's a hard question to ask. I probably can't play anything like super duper complicated right now. No Rachmaninoff or Liszt or anything like that. Maybe I could still do a Chopin prelude or something like that. Especially if I started practicing again within like weeks. It's like riding a bike. Within weeks I could get pretty good. especially if I practiced every day, hours a day. But that's the thing, is like I don't have that time anymore. But I can see myself in probably a year or two, maybe a little bit longer, someday, but not like super long from now. Like really getting back into practicing. I could see that because I got to a point where I was making, and I've mentioned this on the channel before, like where I was making videos all the time and teaching like full time and practicing like still hours a day for like 6 or 7 years. And then I don't know, like I still love piano and I still love teaching it. Um, but I just wanted to kind of like experience life outside of piano and other things a little bit more and develop myself outside of piano and music. So it's definitely something I love. Definitely something I'm gonna really come back to in terms of practicing at some point. But I think for right now, there's definitely different things I'm working on, different things I'm doing. So yeah, I mean that's just everybody falls into that throughout life. And then it's never an excuse though to stop learning. So I do learn. Obviously making these courses, it's like a great review for me too. Even though a lot of the stuff, at least in this book, I know like the back of my hand. Like, and I could probably take months off and still, or years off and still remember that stuff. But like the music theory is great for me and things like that. But I really should get back to like at least learning or practicing a little bit. I feel like because if I don't practice at all for a long period of time, that'll just catch up to me for sure. One thing it reminds me of what I have really been thinking about is hiring another piano teacher on the channel, somebody that does practice a lot and does play like complicated stuff frequently. Although, to tell you the truth, this channel is really for like beginners. And I mean, it's really for everybody, beginners, intermediates, advanced, because there are techniques that I talk about throughout that are useful for all of them. But it's really a beginner-centric channel. And when you do YouTube or really anything, it really helps to what they call niche down. But you really have to be like, all right, within piano players and aspiring piano players, who is my channel really for? You know what I mean? Because it can't be everybody. And that's what I used to do. It'd be like, oh, because I'd hire experts and they'd ask me that question. And I'd be like, oh, well, it's for all piano players and people that want to play piano. And they're like, well, I think you could dial it in a little bit more. And the beginners thing is definitely beginners, intermediates, and then the general tips that can help everybody is generally where I want to be. And then my website is more for like, well, for everybody, but more leaning towards the more advanced side. So maybe if I hired somebody, I'd hire them to help me make courses for my website that are like real high level courses, and then we could work together to make them. I could teach some of the lessons. They could play like the really difficult examples and pieces and things like that. So that's one thing I'm thinking about. The thing is that we'll probably finish out the year, even though it's the beginning of the year, before that happens, because I'm involved in so many different projects right now that would be like a pretty big, like we at least have to get through the home music school stuff before I think about that. But that's something I've been thinking about a lot. And I think it's just time to think a little bit bigger and more bold. And like I want things to continue growing, maybe even better than they had in the past. And I don't know, maybe I'm just greedy, but I just like I like expanding. Like I care more about influence than I do about money by far. Like I just care about making enough money. But I definitely care about like helping more people learn and growing everything. And even I don't like to refer to a brand all the time, but it is like, so there's a lot of aspects of where how I think about the channel. I think about it from obviously like a teacher's point of view, from like a business person point of view, and it's always been interesting, managing those two things. Because if you think everything with a bleeding heart all the time, meaning you just want to give, 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 you don't have the money and resources to continue into the future. You really don't. You see a lot of channels, they start out, they hit it strong or whatever, and then they're just not willing to think about it like a business, and then it just fizzles out because they literally can't, because they're working other jobs and they're doing all this other stuff. They just can't make it work and expand. So that's really what my thought process is. I don't know. I know I didn't need to tell you all of that stuff, but that's just what I'm thinking about, like getting hired help on the channel, and the courses. Another thing I want to tell you is that during the summer, and then whenever we're not doing home music school, another reason I want to do that is I want to work on the courses over on my website again, because a lot of the earlier courses especially, I recorded those like years ago, right? And the content itself and the structure is still really good. However, I've obviously gotten a lot better at presenting since then, structuring like my style and my lessons, the editing, having an editor obviously has helped like tremendously. I sound like Trump, but anyways, it's helped tremendous. All of that stuff has helped a lot, and I know that if I go back and redo those videos and restructure the courses a little bit, fine tune them, I can make them. I'm at a position now where I can make them way, 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 way better than they were before. Because before it didn't make sense to like put out the courses and then like a year later redo them and a year later redo them, because the changes are only incremental. But now I feel like my ability to create good videos, just patting myself on the back here, is so much better, that I think it's worth it now to go and redo that content and build on it, and be like, all right, well, maybe this unit could have been better and all this stuff. So that's really what I'm thinking. Oh, Kathy, hey Tim, Robin on Discord is a great addition, very upbeat and enthusiastic. Well, thank you, Kathy, that's really great to hear. And actually, I don't think Robin's here right now, but if you could send Robin that message, I encourage that. She would love to hear it, and I'll tell her, when I talk to her, but I don't always remember. So, you guys should let Robin know that you appreciate her. Because I know that there's definitely like a couple people in the Discord that are like really on chatting with Robin and really like Robin. I think everybody likes Robin, to be honest. But that's great to know. I am definitely going to... Well, I was going to say I'm definitely going to keep Robin. Robin's been around for like 5 years. Maybe 6 years now. I've been using Synthesia. I can't afford lessons. Any good way to learn music theory? Asks Taylor with his Binding of Isaac. I really like that. Binding of Isaac is a good game, and they have the new expansion coming out soon. This is the piano channel, Tim. All right. Oh, you want to learn about music theory? Well, when home music school returns, starting the first Wednesday in April, every Wednesday, there's going to be a music theory course. And I did say that you get a lot more out of the course if you get the book along with it. However, you can still learn music theory from those videos alone. So, if you got no money, you can still learn all about it. And I'm not answering what home music school is. You can rewatch it. Because I feel like I'm going to answer it for you, and then you might even be trolling, and then somebody like 5 minutes from now is going to ask, and it never ends. I've been doing this live stream thing for a while. When did I learn piano? I learned piano... That's not a dig, Tim. Just make versus female. Just male versus female. Don't take it wrong. Wait, what? Oh, oh, she said, "Will do." She provides good emotional support. You are a guy. Yes, I'm very cold and calculating. That's true. Yeah, and that's one of the reasons I like Robin for sure. Robin's been a great addition. What was I answering, honestly? I got. I don't play piano, but theory videos have really helped. Great. Oh, I was answering why I'm not answering what's home music school. You'll have to read. Actually, it's in the description, bruh. When I started with hot cross buns, but I was 7. Well, me too. Oh, what age was I? I was 6 years old when I started learning piano. So it's been a while. It's been 12 years. Gotta go. Bye. Bye, boss. Make sure to join the Discord. Glad to have you with us. Brofist. All right. So I hope everybody joined the Discord. How many Discord people do we have? Wait, oh. Oh yeah, probably about my comment that I was like, oh, I hope I didn't say the wrong thing. Sorry, I was reading a message from Jeremy, which is why I changed it. Let's see if anybody has joined. You better join, dudes. Why is there no introductions? Oh no, new people have joined. Welcome everybody. A lot of people joined. Yes. That makes me really happy. The Discord's an awesome idea. I forget who originally was like pestering me about it. I didn't say pestering, but somebody like over and over again was like, join the Discord, get a Discord. You have a Discord yet? Why don't you have a Discord? So that's awesome. Yes, I was trained classically. I'm not gonna read your name though. Made me chuckle though. Karen, Karen reminds me of something, by the way, that I wanted to bring up. I ceased to use Facebook about 19 months ago, so don't see any of your posts over there anymore, Tim. That's totally fine. I do put stuff out on Facebook still, but it's mostly like teasers for what we do over here on the channel, or like little clips or like shortened lessons, things like that. And once I get back to regular live streaming, well, I am gonna put home music school over there, but afterwards, anyway, it's not that important. If you follow me regularly here on YouTube, I mean, it depends. Like if you're on Facebook a lot, yeah, join the Facebook for sure. But if you're not there, you're not missing. It's not like you're missing like a huge. There's not going to be a whole huge hole in your heart from it. The Discord is actually, I think at this point, way more important for people to join, and I think people are going to agree that have joined it. Karen makes me laugh though, because I remember Karen first joined the Discord, and she was like, "I'll be honest, I don't know if I can figure out how to get back on this page or not." And Karen is on the Discord every day, I feel like. I played drums a lot for 3 years. I went back to piano and found helped my rhythm. That's awesome. It's great to know that my lessons have helped you a lot. I always appreciate even those little comments. It means a lot. It really does. And it does help me going sometimes. Keep me going. I mean, you don't have to shower me with praise all the time, but, you know, never think like, oh, I'm sure he hears it a lot. But, you know, it's good to hear. Kane says, do you recommend the adult all-in-one from the beginning of starting? Or is there another book you would recommend starting before they go into that? Nope. This one's great because, especially if you're like older than 12 or so, then it starts you like right from the beginning. I don't recommend this book for like kids under 10 or 12. I mean, everybody's different. I've had kids that are like 8 or 7 that can handle this book, but not most. Not most. I'd say it's a 12-year and older book. Anyway, it starts you literally from the beginning. It's like how many fingers do you have on each hand? How to curve your fingers? What the inside of the piano looks like? These are the layout of the keys. So no, you don't need any books before that. That's the great thing about this book. is that it does teach you piano from the beginning, which I do know we have been doing on the channel for some time. However, there's going to be additional value because, again, you get like the assignments and things included in the book. It's also there are actually also a couple of things I haven't talked about much in the other lessons that you're going to want to pay attention to for sure. And it's going to be more accelerated. Here's the thing too, and that's why I mentioned that you might need to take 2 weeks to finish each lesson and not to like freak out if it's taking you longer than a week, because we're going to be flying through this baby. And I'm talking like, especially in the beginning stuff that I've covered a lot. Like we cover 16 pages or so in the first lesson. We cover from, oh, you can't even see it, but from there to there. And then, you know, the next one we cover maybe another 10, and then 10, and then 8. And the reason behind that is that as things get more complicated, one, they take more time to explain. But two, sorry, my allergies got me. But two, you're going to need more time to go through them. You know, so it doesn't make sense at the end of the book where everything's real difficult to be like, all right, you got to have 20 pages this week, you know. That only makes sense in the first week where it's like the layout of the keyboard. You know, how many fingers do you have? Then it makes sense to do 20 pages because it's not as daunting, you know, as it would be. You get what I'm saying. Hey, Beethoven is here in the flesh. Yes, you missed 44 minutes, bruh. Would like a recommendation of which piano book to buy. I do not know anything about music theory. Would like your affiliate link so I can purchase. All right, great. So go to, you're almost there. You're almost there. All you got to do, scroll down a little further. And actually, yours might be like this, where it doesn't show it. You have to click Show More. And there are the links for you. And those are probably like 3 books I would get first. I mean, if you have to not get a book, you know, it'd be the left hand one, but definitely the piano one is the one you want to start with. You can start the music theory course pretty close, if not at the beginning of the piano one. And that's what I recommend you start with. Smash that like, bro. Bros. 101 likes, 75 watching now. I didn't realize I was that popular. No, I'm just kidding. Thanks, my dude. I'm going to order that. Then I suppose I can play simple stuff, but I feel like I should be progressing more. Yeah, so this is a great structured way to learn. Throughout the course, I'm going to be telling you about the courses over on my website and like how they can help you. Like the beginner courses, probably the introduction to piano and piano level 1 on my website are probably covered in this book. However, I did notice that on my courses on my website, I do spend a lot more time on reading music than this book does, and like developing simple rhythm and stuff like this. Like I said, this is like we're going quick. So this is covered probably in those first 2 courses, but then I have a lot of other courses that cover a lot more. I'm also thinking about making a version of these courses, of the home piano course, the home music theory course, blah blah blah, putting them on my website after the fact, then adding stuff to them, you know, and then making them actual courses on my website for purchase. But that's what I'm thinking about. Lots of ideas to play with for sure. All right, I'm not answering any more I'm getting trolled now. I'm not answering any more books for beginners. You're going to have to re-watch the entire thing and hit subscribe and notification bell and subscribe to my other channel, Stay Goody. So these are all the things now you have to do. What do you think about the Piano Fake books? They're books. They open and they close again. No, a serious note, if you're into jazz and that type of stuff, get it. Try to get an easy one, though. Piano Adventures that had it are great. For sure. What's the best paper for piano newbies? I don't know, but you have to subscribe now, Emma, and hit the notification bell. The link is in the description. Guys, make sure you join the Discord. It's literally, if you go to the top of the chat, you click on that, and there's my Discord link. Keep clicking that link. You know what's funny is I could ban Emma, but I won't. That wouldn't be that funny, actually. I feel like she would just get mad at me. No, I'm not going to ban you. All right, I think that I've answered a lot of the really important questions about home music school. We got to say hi to Rich and some returning people for sure. Glad to have everybody back with us. I guess the other question I'm going to answer is, will I ever, which nobody asked, will I ever go back to like regular live streaming on the channel? Maybe. I like live streaming. I just don't like doing it like all the time. For teaching piano, at least, because there's a lot to say, and I run out of momentum. You ever had students that had a hard time learning and just don't get piano? Yeah. Some of them quit, and some of them we worked through it. Some of them, I've actually had students where they hated it first and they really struggle, and then they just hit a point where they like take off beyond everybody else. Yeah, if you ban Emma, I will ban you, Jeremy. That's true. If anybody says anything mean about Emma, too, I'm going to ban them. I play jazz piano. I have played some, but not currently. All right, now I'm definitely being trolled, but that's okay. I'm in on the joke now. How do you keep new players from getting impatient and frustrating learning pieces? It's a good question. How do you keep new players from getting impatient? Frustrated. I explain to them how it works. How it's like, it takes time to get to the places you want learning piano, and by being in a hurry, you're more likely to take shortcuts. You're more likely to play pieces that are way beyond your level that you just can't, you just shouldn't be playing yet. You know, it is important to play pieces that are just a little bit above your level, introduce you to something new, but you don't want to be playing pieces that are way out of your league just because you want to play them. And sure, you might make progress on that really, really difficult piece, but in the long run, you're hurting yourself because you could be spending the time learning the basics, sight reading, all the music theory kind of stuff. And in the long run, that's going to help you learn piano way faster. So one, explaining to them the big picture on how it works is really effective. I found like there's a lot of things. I remember growing up as a kid and not being able to nobody explaining to me why things that were the way they were, and it made it harder to accept certain things. But then like once you learn the bigger context, I think everybody goes through that a little bit. I don't know if I'm weird, but anyway, once you learn the bigger context, it makes more sense, and it's easier to be a little bit more patient if you can keep in your mind that your goal is to play Für Elise by Beethoven, but really to play it well and the way you want and learn it within 5 years or whatever. I know some people can learn it right away. They're gifted or whatever. But yeah, you know, be big picture about it. If I ever gigged for a wedding, no, but I was gigged for an old folks home or a retirement community a few times. It actually paid kind of well. The only problem is to really make a lot of money doing something like that or make it viable, you have to be practicing a lot and having like an hour's worth of repertoire ready to go. If you can do that and you have that, that's a good gig, man. But if you're not up on practicing all the time, say you teach sometimes, you have a YouTube channel, you do all this other stuff, then it might not be the best. Because the thing is, like, yeah, if you get paid $100 to show up and do an hour program, that's cool. But if you have to spend 80 hours of practicing to make it there, then it's not really that great. Been lazy, need to start over. Welcome, Bernadine. Glad to have you with us again. I actually don't know what Alexis French's Bluebird is. Does the theory contain the 2 CDs? Some say they don't contain the 2 CDs, huh? We'll try to get one with the 2 CDs inside. Mine does. You probably want the version. There could be a version that doesn't say 2 CDs inside. I would think if the book says 2 CDs inside and there is not 2 CDs inside, like so, and there are 2 of them there, they're kind of stacked on one another, then Amazon should refund you like 100% because the book ain't what it says it is. But if it says 2 CDs on there, I'm willing to bet it probably does. There probably is a version, or could possibly be a version that doesn't have it. So hopefully I got you the right link. The cool thing about those links too, I'm going to check right now. I think it's something worth checking out. Yeah, 2 CDs it says, and it's literally the version I purchased. So there's that. 108 likes. You guys love home music school. Let's see. Where is the chat? Oh. I bought awesome, Gloria. New hair. That is true. I do have new hair. It's a hair system, by the way, in case people are wondering. I really don't care about talking about it anymore. I mean, like, I'm not saying that I mind talking about it. I don't care about not talking about it. That's what I'm trying to say. So it is newish. Let's see. Nilesh says, I'm using Yamaha PSR E363, which is not weighted keys for 10 months now. Sorry guys, I'm getting a little tired. I was up super duper early. Tried to get a workout in because it snowed and I couldn't get to the gym, but you know, whatevs. I've been looking at getting a better piano. I've been looking at getting a better piano. Currently I have a Yamaha 61 key keyboard. I found that portable keys can start clicking. Okay, does your piano keys make clicking noises? Not at all. I have a Roland RD700, which is an older model, but any Roland built like a tank, no clicks at all. Well, there is a sound, there is a percussive sound it makes, but it's not like a click, it's like a doo, doo. Because the keys are weighted, like it's built well, so it does have a little bit of an acoustic kind of thing. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't notice it ever unless I'm like consciously thinking about it. Well, thank you very much, Zango Cyan. Oh, okay, so Karen says that they amended it. But yeah, thanks a lot. I appreciate that. Kind of funny, speaking about the hair a little bit, like one of my favorite comments ever is like, so there's a certain type of comment that I get every once in a while. It's mostly positive comments I get about it, but every once in a while I'll get a comment that's like, bro, we all know that you're bald, I don't know why you're trying to cover it up. And it's like, I'm not trying to cover it up. I literally have like 1,500 videos on my channel where I'm bald, and I have no intentions of changing or covering that up. I'm not going to change the thumbnails on them. And if I do, it's really for a purely SEO standpoint. But I'm not gonna try to cover that up. I don't care. I don't care who knows that I'm bald. You guys all know. And if you're new here, maybe not, but now you do. Don't care. All right, let's see what else people have to say. This is a piano thing, by the way. Full head of hair looks, mate. Thank you. All right, notice, okay. All right, you guys have any other questions about home music school? Make sure to use the link I gave you for the Discord. You know what I want to do before we end, just to make sure I did it. Yeah, nothing wrong with being bald. I prefer the way I look with hair, and that's the reason I have it, if anybody cares. But I really wouldn't care, like, if I going back bald. It's just a preference. Oh yeah, this is what I want to do. I wanted to make sure I get the link to the Discord in here. Whoa, what? I need to get another link to the Discord. Wait, hold on. That did not work the way I thought it was. That's weird. Hold on. I'm just going to copy it like that. Hopefully that worked. It did. All right, the link for the Discord is now in the video description. I just want to make sure I got that because I do happen to forget quite often to do kind of that stuff like that. Beethoven was bald as well. Let's see. Yeah, get the complete edition. I will not be explaining any more complicated questions about reading music, just because we're going to be ending soon, and Emma's telling me an inside joke here. Cali Girl says, I would love to know more about your hair. Maybe I'll talk a little bit more about it, but let's see what everybody else is saying. Besides, Tim's got eyes to die for. Thank you very much, Karen. I've gotten that comment a few times. You know what comment I get a lot? A lot. Is that I look like Charlie Puth. But I get it on my older videos, so I don't know like if I still look like Charlie Puth or not. But apparently, I kid you not, I've gotten well over 1,000 comments. I get a comment actually almost every day that says I look like Charlie Puth, and I've looked at pictures of him and I don't 100% see it. I kind of see it a little bit, the way the face is shaped, but I don't know. But that's a comment I get a lot. Tim, you the man. Keep kicking YouTube's ass, and everybody don't forget to thumbs up the vid for the YouTube algorithm. You know what the main thing, it doesn't help with the algorithm so much, is thumbs up is just kind of a signal to viewers that it's a quality stream, a quality video, so it definitely helps, though. Hi, Charlie Puth. I look better? You think I look better than Charlie Puth? You don't like Charlie Puth, Emma? Thank you, guys. and actually mostly the women, which I appreciate. Thank you very much. Because to be honest, I haven't seen like another person since quarantine began, so I don't know. It's nice to hear people's positive opinions about me, I guess. I don't know. All right, guys. I think we've gone on long enough. We're really going off track here. But if you need to know what a hair system is, I recommend just looking it up on YouTube. I don't want to show anybody's YouTube videos on my stream because that's how you get, you know, knocked sometimes. Just look it up on what it is and you'll learn. Or Instagram. There's an Instagram like Phil Does Hair or something like that. Look that up and you can see like the before and after transformations and stuff like that. I think at some point, maybe as a joke, I'll probably do this on my new channel. Maybe I'll get like a picture, like when I go get it redone, I'll get like a picture of it so you guys can see like me bald as a cue ball, because they have to shave you before they do it. He looks like a little kid, says Emma. Oh, good. I'm glad I don't look like a little kid. You haven't seen anyone for a year. No, that's a joke actually. Sometimes I make myself look worse than I actually do because I'll use some sort of weird hyperbole. But what I meant by that is I haven't like gone on a date in at least a year since quarantine started. Mainly because I'm trying to just reduce my exposure to the virus. I just think it's awkward right now I'm working on a ton of other things. So I just am waiting for the pandemic to end to get back to it. That's what I meant by that. In terms of seeing other people, I meet new people regularly at the gym. Of course, you can only say so much to them right now, 6 feet away with your mask on and all that. So I have seen other people, you know, I do go to the grocery market every once in a while. But that's what I meant. I love Charlie Puth. Hannah and I haven't left the house since all this started. Been isolated, so to speak, for a whole year. Okay? And that's probably a little bit hyperbole, right? I'm sure you've left the house to go outside or something. But yeah, same here. Like I haven't gone on dates. I've hung out with friends like a couple of times. Again, outside, far apart, like in the park, which is better than nothing, for certain. But yeah, I definitely want to get out of the house more once everything's cleared up. I'm sure everybody does. It's getting better though. I feel like we're over the hardest part of it. I mean, I think we have longer than some people think. Like some people are like, yeah, it's gonna be cleared up in April. It's like, no, it's not. By the end of the summer, I think we're gonna be in pretty good shape, but still not like clear. Like we might even still be wearing masks and social distancing then. So who knows? But anyway, guys, thanks for coming today. I appreciate you. And no, not hyperbole. The truth. Oh, right. You guys haven't gone outside though? Like outside, like close to your house, you know? Thank Timmy Puth. See you on the next live. Good talking with you guys and girls and women and men. I don't know why Alfred is good for beginner. It's mostly music. I don't know why Alfred is good for beginner. It's mostly music that wasn't written for piano, right? Oh, there's a lot of it. A lot of it was written for piano, but you're right. Okay, I see what you're saying because there's a lot of like nursery rhymes. Well, like in the very beginning here. It's very good for beginners. Not even I feel like I've been teaching out of it for years and years. And I was taught starting out through it, so I think it's great. All right, take care of everybody. I'll see you here or there. I'll be in the Discord, obviously. And we'll have home music school. Maybe I'll pop in for a live stream before then. Who knows? And yeah, everybody, have a great day. It was great talking with you today.